All right, so let me give some tips or advice to fellow traders out there, especially beginner traders that are finding a hard time to actually survive and make money in this business of trading futures. And it doesn't matter if you trade the micros or the E-mini. If you are constantly being in the red each and every day, or possibly even red one day and the green the next day, and just be back and forth motion that way, then it is something that you're not correctly seeing and having a hard time understanding when it comes to reading the charts. Now, I've talked about market structure before, and I've done tons of videos on that concept of what you need to do on the charts every day and looking for quality setups. First and foremost, you've got to master that concept of market structure. I mean, just basically simply being able to read the flow of the market, if it's making higher highs and higher lows, can be a game-changing thing that may take you into the next level, all right? Trust me when I say this. When you master how to read the markets the correct way, you will quickly identify and see that you will go from a level of inconsistency to a level of being more consistent in your own personal trading each and every day. And it'll be the difference of, you making, blowing your accounts time and time again or making money. All right. And the reason why I say this is because that's what I struggle with. Being able to read the charts the right way. Being able to know if I should be taking long entries or looking for or scalping for shorts. Now, I'm not a swing trader or position trader. I scalp trade the future markets, primarily the instruments like the indices, whether it's the NASDAQ or the ES. I even like commodities like gold. But whatever it is you love to actually trade, the markets have their own ebb and flow movement. So you have to be able to determine, just based on that simple concept of market structure, and you're going to be able to understand any particular market if you are able to read the markets the correct way. Trust me when I say this. If the markets are making, just for an example representation here, okay, if we are trending to the upside and making higher highs and higher lows, what I like to see is where the market starts to make a low, a lower high, and then it breaks structure lower. Basically giving us a lower high here starting off where it doesn't come up and break through the most recent high, okay? The prior high it made. Then, once it breaks structure to the downside, we've made a lower high. That's the first signal that the market is trying to change direction. It's the first signal that we may be in a bearish downtrend, okay? Whether it be for a short period of time or long, we never know as retail traders. But where I see, or when I see the market break through another level or area of structure to the left-hand side, so once I get the first break to the right and then the break to the left, then that's going to let me know that the market has shifted, okay? We just broke through two major areas of structure, one to the right, one to the left. And you'll see this kind of pattern take place within the markets, time and time again, okay? It doesn't matter what instrument you're actually trading. This is what you would see as a representation if the market was going from bullish to bearish. This here is a representation of what you would see if the market was going from bearish to bullish. Lower lows, okay? We made a final low here. It makes a new high, a new higher low, okay? Not taking out the previous low, and then it breaks to its first area structure to the upside, okay? And then we're looking left, and it's breaking through this area structure over here. So when that happens, then that's a sign of strength where there's a reverse that's taking place within the market. So I just want to show you that, guys. But it's important to be able to follow the structure of the market as it is moving up or down. So if we are coming from the downside and we see this pattern take place, and every time we have a flow to the upside to where it makes a high, higher low, higher high, okay, then we're going to have a demand area, okay? And every time it's breaking structure to the upside, look for it, pullbacks to key areas of demand to take a trade going long. Vice versa, if the market is moving from the upside to the downside, and we have it continuously breaking structure after shifting and making this pattern here to the downside, pullbacks to key areas of supply are going to be relevant to take the trades from, okay? So get yourself, your mind in the mode of being able to read structure. The best way I could tell you how to actually do this is take everything off the charts. Go to a naked chart. I'm talking about a naked chart with nothing on it but price action. The candles. We can see the market moving up and down, doing that. So that you can be able to visually see it with your own eyes. Pay attention again to the diagram and use that as a point, not say point of reference, but as an idea or reference to what you'll see. All right. Again, the market may be coming from an uptrend to a downtrend, breaking structure, getting the change or shift in the tide of the market, and that can be short-lived though. But the market may start swinging to the downside for maybe 10, 15 minutes, an hour, whatever the case is, but then it may shift back up. So you have to be able to shift your mind just as quick when you start to see the market turning back around. All right. So, like for example, like right here, we got this downtrend coming to the downside here. The market turns back around. It's starting to break structure to the right and to the left, to the upside, shifting structure. Okay. So I would be looking for pullbacks, the key areas of what? Of demand. Like right here, when it pushed up and pulled back right here, this would have been a beautiful area to take a trade from if this was a high probability setup, and which I talk about on the channel. Okay, if there was a gap, but this is a low probability setup just as well. Now, when the market gets down to this area right here, you'll say, okay, well, what if it gets back there? It didn't immediately, once it broke structure to the upside, come back here. So it did continue pushing higher. But by the time it gets back to this zone right here, yes, it is a valid zone to possibly trade from, but it's invalid at the same sense because the market broke through it with the bottom end, the wick of this candle. Had that wick not broke through it and held, it still would be a low probability setup because now where we were breaking structure higher, we're shifting back to the downside, making low, lower, high, breaking structure to the downside, taking out this low, this low. So now the structure has shifted. So pay attention because the shift of structure can happen at any given time or point when you're actually reading these charts. All right. Now, the next piece or one of the biggest pieces of advice that I could give you today, in order for you to find quality setups, do yourself the biggest favor. Be patient. Let the market tell you the story. Let it unfold for you. Let it paint its picture for you to be able to read, all right, and determine, are we in bullish mode or are we in bearish mode? Is it shifting structure to the downside or is it shifting to the upside? Look for that to happen and be patient and wait for, good quality or high quality zones to unfold. Again, demand setups where we have a gap back at them, that's a high probability setup. On the reverse, a setup where we have a supply area, all right, coming from the downside with a gap attached to the actual zone, that's going to be your area to trade, key areas of supply at. Now, to grasp an understanding of the strategy that I talk about so much here on the channel, using chart confluence, starting from a higher base to a lower base, dropping down to a lower base chart. It's all about identifying the key zone on the higher base chart and then lowering or moving down to a lower base chart just to identify a smaller zone. Okay, it's just allowing us to scale into and get into a more precise entry point. We want to eliminate the drawdown. That strategy, which I talk about so much, I talk about it in so many videos. Please watch the video content here on this channel, and you will probably pick up, I'm sure, on the strategy because I break it down in lots of videos. And I talk about it so much. Okay, and the reason why I do that is because it's not hard to understand. It just takes time and practice to be able to do so. When I say practice, I mean going back once you understand market structure and have understand the strategy as a whole, going back and back testing and forward testing. Okay, I just don't jump into and start going trading live until you have consistently proven to yourself over a period of time that you are more green than red. Okay, so you're basically making profit each and every day, or by the end of the week, you're profitable from week to week to week. Okay, now again, if you are interested, for those that ask and send me DMs about joining the Elite Membership Program, that link is down in the description portion of the video. What that includes is a more in-depth rundown and breakdown of trade setups, which are trades that I actually taken. So I walk you through those setups in relation to the strategy and how it unfolds so you can see it real time. These are trades that I posted over in the Discord. I go back for all those that join and are part of the Elite Membership Program. You already know I go into great detail talking about these setups, where to place your stop loss, where to place your profit target at, talking about the strategy and how to use the higher base chart and the lower base chart in sync of one another for Confluence to look for these setups that you can get into. So if you're interested in joining the Elite membership program, if you scroll down to the description portion of this video, you will see a link there that says become an Elite member. Once you click on that, make sure to choose the tier for $6.99 and you'll gain direct access to all the video content within the membership program. Okay, it's only $6.99. That's basically like less than a price a cup of coffee that most people spend. And you guys spend that. Most people spend that on a daily basis. $6.99. I'm talking about is for a month. Okay, $6.99. You get the trade breakdowns, the video playlist, and a great video that I covered on market structure. So that link is down below in the description portion of the video, right below the Discord link. Okay, but that's all I wanted to share with you guys today to talk about. Basically two in a sense though. Most important pieces of advice that I can give to people out there that may be struggling right now, but are trying to make money in this business of trading. So if you practice those things, you should be able to turn your trading around as long as you know how to trade correctly. Okay. But that's all I want to share. If you're not a current subscriber, please take the time to go ahead and sub by clicking on the subscribe button down below. Make sure to turn on your post notifications just as well so you do not miss any other upload or content that I post here on the channel. And last but not least, if you found value in the topic and what I'm talking about, just from me to you, letting you know what it really takes, my advice, so that you can succeed in this business, please drop a like on the video today. I appreciate it. Take care. I'll see everyone in the next video. But please also, and I'll see those who are part of the Discord in the Discord. But tomorrow's election day. This week here is we're probably going to see some unforeseen, or I should say, things that don't naturally take place. Okay, within the markets, you'll see probably a lot of, I don't know if you want to call it spoofing or manipulating. Things are going to happen that may seem like you may be taking a quality setup, and it may go back in the opposite direction or go against you, whatever the case is. So just be very, very cautious trading this week because of elections going on this week, all right, here in the United States. Take care. I'll see everyone in the next one.